All right. Here today, Bo, episode one, in-house quarantine. Still coming up with a unique name. Gonna find a funny name for this thing. Uh, Bo's Bo's quarantine inside interview time. Now, episode one. Today, we got Adam Brooks, Toronto Maple Leafs / Toronto Marlies, but this year, especially with the Leafs. Brooksy, how are we doing?
Good, man. Kind of a tough name to start this interview off with, but I'm sure you'll come with something a little better down the stretch here.
Bo's Cheeks Indoors edition. Now, tell me what you've been up to, man. What have you been up to? I mean, show us what you're in right now. Are you in like a little Eskimo hut or what? Like, it looks like you're all bundled up there.
Anyone that's ever been to my house knows about the gazebo. It's kind of where Brett Brooks makes a living during the summer. He just spends all his time out here. But yeah, it's snowing, so I got the blanket on, got the heater just sitting in the outdoor here. But everyone's home, so it's I don't want to sit in there and shoot the crap with you because Brett will poke his head on this interview. So
yeah, I hate shooting the crap. I hate shooting the crap with people.
I can't swear on this thing, can I? No, I've just been hanging out. It's obviously weird times, right? Like you're doing the same thing. For you were in your cabin for 2 weeks by yourself and going nuts. So
well, that's what everyone's been talking about, right? Everyone's been saying, "Oh, Bo, he's doing his part." We've been getting a lot of good, positive publicity from me doing my part. 14 days alone, naked, in a cabin by myself. That's not everyone can do that, right?
No, that takes a true hero. But I have everything I need here. I got a little workout area downstairs. Got this place to get away from the house, and
so, what do you have? What do you have in that workout area? I've been in your basement. Why don't you say what you got?
We kind of redid it. I mean,
you got a bench?
Yeah, we got like just bench, barbells, dumbbells, all sorts of things, like a chin-up bar, band, like really just all the basic necessities. Nothing crazy. Like we have like a cardio machine, an assault.
Has that thing seen any action or no? The cardio machine. What is a cardio machine?
Well, it's like an elliptical, one of those things. It's
okay.
Not like a treadmill, but like the one with like the handles that like run. You know what I mean? Like your feet have. Yeah, so it's like got one of those, and then got an assault bike, which I've been using a lot. Brett runs on the other things, so
the assault bike. No, okay. In all seriousness, though, the assault bike lives by its name. That thing is insane.
Yeah, it's brutal, and like when you're working at home, it takes a lot of motivation to like get on there and like really put yourself through the paces. But I've been assaulting myself.
Did you do a workout today, Brooksy?
Yeah, I did. I mean, that's why this interview is happening later. You wanted to do it at 10, but I pushed it back to 2. Had to sleep in a bit, but our team's doing a great job, like the whole organization. So they send you we have like online workouts that they send you every day, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday we have yoga sessions where everyone tunes in and like just does stuff. So we have they're sending us workouts and we're doing mobility stuff, so they're trying to keep us in shape and not knowing what's going to happen here with the season. So it's been weird times.
Your brother Brett is a couple years older than you, former MJHL player and CAS Canadian college hockey. Now, does he hop in on those workouts with you, those yoga workouts, or the online ones to try and be a Leaf, or does he just sit on the couch? He's like, my career's over.
So he works from home right now. He's done playing hockey. Well, he plays senior now, but so their senior league actually went to the finals, and they had to cancel it. So they're in the finals, so they got crowned co-champions. But he works from home. He works works for Bayer. They do like agricultural stuff. Yeah, he poked his head out anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. If he sniffs my voice, if he even hears my voice, it's over.
Yeah. Well, he's right here now, but so he works from home. So he works out at like 7 a.m. So I don't get up that early. So he works at 7 a.m. and then works like literally all day. He's making calls and doing his thing. So I sleep. Yeah, I sleep in a bit and then I work out later. Depending, like I do the yoga, but then like if it's a non-yoga day, like I sleep till I wake up and then work out. So it's kind of.
Is Brett in there?
He's coming right now. This ain't good. No.
Hey, Brett.
Oh fuck.
Hey, don't do anything dumb. We're recording right now. This is getting posted on Bo Show on the Bo Show Instagram.
Okay, what's up?
Hey, personality completely flips, eh? Just switches instantly.
Okay, go
Hey, is that a CFL ball?
Question for me, Bo?
No, Brett, we were actually literally just talking about you.
You have a question or no?
Yeah, I asked if you're hopping in on Brooksy's Leaf yoga workouts or any of his weight workouts, or if you hung up the weights. Did you hang up just the skates, or did you hang up the skates and the weights?
I just do the weights. I don't do the yoga stuff. It's not me. Stick to your strengths.
Hey, and also congratulations on the co-championship.
Huge, eh?
Yes.
Nothing like being down 0-2 and getting a co-championship. I'll take it.
You guys are all getting rings.
We're getting a half a ring.
Yeah.
Best of 7. They're down 0-2. Got crowned co-champion.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, hey, listen. Now, I think I know a lot about this. We've chatted a lot about this before, but I want to ask. This was a big year for you. You had 7 games that you got 7-game streak where you were playing with the Leafs. You had your debut with the Toronto Maple Leafs on Hockey Night in Canada, where your parents and our boy Kyle was there too. Take us through that whole day of your first game, like practically, like what was going on, and like what was the routine like, and going to the rink and the media and everything compared to where you were at with the Marlies before then.
So the night before, we were in New Jersey actually, and I was called up at that time, and I was just kind of like hanging out, and didn't really know if I was going to get in. And unfortunately, in that game was the game that Mickey, like Mikhail, cut his wrist open. Scary stuff, like terrifying. And then I kind of, unfortunately, the way it happened, it wasn't, ideal. I wasn't too pumped about that, but I knew after that game that I was going to play the next night, or the next game, Saturday at home against I think it was the Rangers, right?
Yeah, Rangers, yeah.
Yeah, against the Rangers, Hockey Night in Canada. So it was crazy. I texted my parents and I was like, "Hey, you guys got to get on a flight. Like, you got to get here."
Yeah.
And then Kyle got on a flight. My girlfriend Haley got on a flight. So it was, it was pretty surreal. That first shift, I was absolutely.
How nervous were you that first shift?
Absolutely shaking, and luckily it was just like controlled forecheck, and then the puck got ice, so I was like just pretty much just did a loop and then like came back, and I was like, oh, and then I changed. It was like the shortest shift in history, like
I know. We were
ozone face off, so I was like, you know what, this is probably the best way a first shift could have happened, just like whatever, but it was it was pretty surreal. I just like I couldn't believe it, honestly. Like you think about your whole life playing that, and like people always say like, oh, it'd be so cool, but it actually was pretty cool.
Now I know. Well, yeah, of course, and everyone would agree with you. Now, okay. Now you are obviously you're in the organization, so you know guys like Matthews, Marner, the big name guys, because those are also guys that are around your age. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Friends with them. Now, what was it like though being actually in that dressing room, like warm-ups in the dressing room, getting dressed next to guys that you might like maybe not know as well? I don't know, like JT, Tavares, or like some of the older guys too. Like, how cool is it being in the dressing room? Like, that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. We all kind of know each other, through camps, and like our practice rinks are, together and stuff. So you kind of get to know everyone before. And like I spent last couple summers there training, so you're around a lot of the guys. Yeah. So I knew them all pretty well, and had pretty good relationships with them. So like being in the dressing room and stuff was pretty flawless, especially with Kiefer taking over as the coach. But I mean, it was cool. So like the first game that I took warm-ups in, I didn't end up playing. Cappy was like kind of borderline. It was when I first got called up. He had a little sickness going on, so they weren't sure if I was going to play or not.
Yeah.
So I took warm-ups, and in Toronto they don't let you go no Bucky warm-ups. And like the boys knew Cappy was good to play like before the game, so I knew I wasn't playing. So we were going out for warm-ups, and I went to the washroom and came back, and like my helmet was gone, and I was like, okay, guys, like joke's over. And like as we were literally walking onto the ice, I still didn't have a helmet. I'm like, if I don't have a helmet, like I'm not like they just like don't let you go on without one. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I was like freaking out. Like first warm-ups, you're not playing, you're still nervous, but I'm like, where's my Bucky? Like, guys, come on. So I'm like, so finally I guess Spets took it. Like, greatest guy ever. Like, yeah, unbelievable person, player, leader, like everything you would think about like a guy that's played that long. Like, yeah. So he stole my Bucky and like gives it to me. So then the next game in New Jersey, the one that he got hurt, I took warm-ups there too. Just because I was up, they wanted me to take warm-ups, and we couldn't find my jersey. Like, I guess it was like in like one of the bins, and they just like someone had put it away because they didn't think I was playing. I ended up taking warm-ups, and I thought Spets was hiding my jersey again. So I'm like, guys, I can't do this every game. So when it was like the real first game, I was terrified. I'm like already nervous. I'm like, these guys are gonna steal my gear. Like, I'm like, I can't. Like, I'm freaking out. But they left me alone. But great group of guys, and it was a lot of fun.
That is unbelievable. Honestly, I think the sickest part about playing in the show is not the money, not the fame, not anything, but not even the game itself. I think it's warm-ups. I think the sickest part about playing the NHL is warm-ups.
Yeah, I mean, everyone kind of has their routine in warm-ups, though. Like, that. Like, everyone does the same thing. So when I went out there, I didn't want to, like, mess up anyone's routine. So I just kind of, like, waited next to lines. Like, didn't know where I should jump into the line. Like, didn't know, like, if someone grabbed, like, certain pucks. So I kind of just, like, laid low. Like, and you try to, like, rip pucks, and, like, you're kind of, like, flubbing on them in warm-ups. Like, trying to go shelf, and they're going along the ice. You're like, oh, no.
The fans are at the glass are like, what is this guy?
Ooh, it's 77.
Yeah, 77. How is it? So that was my other thing too. Like you get called up for your first game in the show and you're wearing 77. I go, who is this guy? And as if they gave him his number. That was pretty nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, you obviously, did I lose you? No,
you got me.
Yeah, that was my number growing up when we played Steelers together.
I know.
So when I went to junior, they gave me 10 because I wore that in Thrashers. But then year 4, they let me open it up, and I went right back to 77, my favorite number. And so we were at camp. I think first year I was 81 because when you're at camp, they kind of just give you like whatever.
Saw that.
So I was 81. Second year I was 39. Like just and then
Matt Bolesky.
And then the third year, they were like getting all the helmets and stuff together and picking numbers. And our trainer in Toronto, like for the Marlies, Chris McKegg, who's like ended up being like one of my best friends in the organization. Like we lived in the same building this year, hang out all the time, like him and his girlfriend. And he messaged me and he was like, "Hey, do you want to wear 77 at camp?" Like, we're going to give it to someone. Like, I know that's your number. And I was like, yeah, like, absolutely I do. So they gave it to me at camp, and I wore that in preseason and stuff. And then they're like, that's just kind of your number that sticks in the organization. So I knew if I got called up, I'd wear that number. And then, yeah, I mean, I didn't know if they're going to.
And now it's basically yours, right? You kind of established yourself in the organization.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess it's my number. I don't know if they'll want me to switch, but I kind of liked it. So, I mean, it felt comfortable.
Unless TJ Oshie or Brad, wait, Oshie 77, right? No.
Yeah, I think there's like Oshie, Hedman, D'Angelo.
Isn't Brad Hunt? Why is Hunt coming up?
Yeah, Hunt. There's actually a decent amount of sevens, and I think they're all
Denny Bosk.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, yeah, if one of those guys comes through, I'm probably gonna lose it, but we'll see. I gotta make the team first, right? So
tell me, yeah, no, absolutely. Tell me then about the run. So New York Rangers, Hockey Night in Canada, but then you play 6 more games. Like the run starts.
Yeah.
Now, one of those games was in Winnipeg, though.
Yeah. So first one was New York. Second one was
Minnesota.
Yeah, in Minnesota, and I had quite a few chances to score. I thought I was gonna get one, and then kind of frustrated, like whatever. And then that night was the 31st, so we fly in December 31st. So we fly into Winnipeg for New Year's. Like I'm there like 11 o'clock New Year's. So,
so sick. And you're from Winnipeg. Now, for everyone who doesn't know, this is your home city.
Yeah. So we ended up like. We went out for a bit. I ended up coming home too that night, and then we practiced later that afternoon. So I was home. I was like with my family and stuff, and like the next day was like the game. So I tried to like keep my like mind off it. Obviously, I hung out with like Kyle the night before, his girlfriend, my girlfriend, my family and stuff, just to like not really think about it, because guys all go for dinner and stuff, and then. I mean, the next day was like obviously all business, morning skate, and like really just tried to dial it in. And we called up Mason Marchment, who was my line mate on the Marlies, and we were line mates through the Calder Cup and stuff. And my whole time there, we were line mates. So we called him up, and I knew we were going to play together that night. And obviously scared going out for warm-ups. I'm like, this is insane playing in Winnipeg.
Wait, hey, hang on. Pick your phone up or fix your thing.
Good.
There, that's better. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. So so we're getting ready for warm-ups, and like my first game, I didn't do like a solo lap or anything. So I thought Toronto didn't do it, so I like didn't think anything of it. And then like we're in the dressing room, and Johnny's like, JT was like, Brooksy Mush, like you guys are leading us out here. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, you guys are solo lapping. I'm like, oh, like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, you guys are going. So it was Mason's first game and my third, but like in Winnipeg. So I told him he should go out first, and he was telling me I should go out first. Eventually I just kind of pushed him out, and he led the way. But we did, it was pretty surreal, like stepping out, just us two. Again, you go out and you're nervous. I actually have a video from the warm-ups, and kept it pretty cool. Like I actually had a better warm-up than my first game, but it was it was sweet. And then Kiefer, who's unbelievable, let me start the game.
Yeah.
With Willie and Johnny. So when he announced that in the dressing room, like the boys were all happy for me, but I was like, Are you sure? Like
Dude, that was one of the coolest gestures of all time.
Yeah, no, it was unbelievable. And I had an interview after the first, and I said it then. He's just like, he's so caring about his players, and like one of the best, probably the best coach I've ever played for, him and John Paddock. So it's just, that's the type of guy he is. So I wasn't really shocked, but and then second shift in Winnipeg, I got my first assist. That was crazy. Just like felt like the weight was off my shoulders.
Due to William Nylander, eh?
Yeah, and then I ended up going on a 3-game point streak. So I had 3 points in 5 games. I was like, this is crazy. Like,
And plus 3.
Yeah, got an assist against Edmonton, and then got an assist against, I don't even remember. But yeah, it was just crazy. I was like, this whole like situation is nuts. And then game 6,
Send me down.
we played Florida, and then game 7 was the last one against Chicago, where Johnny Taves absolutely walked me. It was a 6-on-5, and we're supposed to play like a 1-2-2 type of thing. So I tried to force him out, and I already told you this story, but I tried to force him out to Wall. Obviously, one of the better players in the NHL who's been around for a long time is coming at you
not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like people ask me what the difference is. That's the difference right there. Like, you push a guy out in the AHL, sometimes they lose it or like whatever. Obviously, was not strong enough on the puck, and he walked in, went 5-hole, and just looked like an absolute idiot. So I was like, so it was a tough play, but after that, it was All-Star break, so I went back down, and then, never went back up, had a concussion and stuff. So it was just, it was a good learning experience and a lot of fun. And, even the moments that weren't so great, like the one getting walked, like it's something that you learn from through that first type of experience. And excited, to see what comes. So
I mean, I would have rather been walked by Patty Kane, because then you could be like, then you could say you're like, yeah, I got walked by Patty Kane. But it's like when you get to that level, it's like you've been around for so long that you want to have that. But I mean, the experience is unbelievable. And what a great story! You finished with 7 games played this year with the Leafs and 3 assists and +1. You still sit on the plus side of things, which is not hard, not easy to do in the NHL, right?
No, it's nice to be plus. You don't know how long that's gonna last, so
2 more games.
Yeah, keep it there. So
hey, you know what, guys? I might actually just not come up anymore to play with the Leafs. I like my stat line as it is.
Yeah, 3 through 5. Yeah, guys.
Yeah, 3 assists through 5 games. Better point per game than like half the NHL. I might just stay. I'll stay down with the Marlies. Hey, listen, thanks for doing this, man. I'm gonna stop the recording, but we can hang on and chat for a bit. Brooksy, thanks for doing this. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Hopefully, you come up with a better name by the next time you have someone on here. So thanks.